Okay, guys, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Hustlers University versus Rank and Rent digital real estate. Which one should you do? Which one's better? How do they compare? Etc., etc., etc. This is not going to be one of those blast videos, not going to be one of these biased videos. I'm genuinely thinking about this from somebody as if I didn't know anything about these, these different programs, these different models. And honestly, Hustlers University is not really a model. It is a series of different ways of making money. But I'm doing this because every time I get on a sales call, anytime somebody that's, 19, 20, up to about 23, maybe 25, that's kind of what they're looking at because they're seeing all this content by Andrew Tate. And I got no beef and I got no problem. It's cool. So here's what I will say. And this is my opinion on, whether you do SMMA or you're looking at SMMA, SEO. By the way, for those that don't know, SMMA is social media management, like taking people's Instagram accounts and their social media and managing those accounts. SEO, for those that don't know, that's taking people's websites, getting them to the top of Google. Drop shipping, e-com, content writing, I'm trying to think, anything. It really doesn't matter what we're talking about. I have the same opinion. Now, my opinion is this. If you do something long enough, over a long enough period of time, and you're not just do it, but do the things that actually make the money, right? So for example, in SMMA, if you're just going to sit there and mess around with, your strategy of how you're going to get clients, but you're not actually calling clients, then you're not going to make any money. Or you're going to mess around with your strategy of how you're going to make your clients, show up in the algorithm, but you're not actually spending time talking to clients. You're not going to make any money. You make money by getting business owners to pay or clients or customers to pay you money, okay? So any business model that you actually can figure out, okay, what are the things that move the needle? What are the things that actually make this business work? And that's typically asking business owners to do business with you. Any business model that you do that and you focus on long enough and you give it time and you remove all the options, you're going to make money. Okay. It doesn't matter if it's MLM. It doesn't matter if it's e-com. It doesn't matter if it's SEO, an SEO agency, it does not matter. Okay. You're going to make money. So if you're talking about Hustlers University, if you guys bought that today, okay, that's Andrew Tate's program, or his community. If you bought that today and you removed all the options, including Rank and Rent digital real estate, including this opportunity that your brother-in-law or your buddy has starting a t-shirt company, you removed 100% of options and you focus specifically on Hustlers University. And I would say within that, you picked one of the ways to make money. And that was all you focused on for a year or 2 years or 5 years or until it worked, you would make money. Okay. Period. End of story. Okay. And that's just the reality of it. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing that I want to say is, although that is the case, although I could make money in Rank and Rent, although I could make money in SEO, okay, I could put the same amount of effort, the same amount of time, the same amount of focus into both. One is going to have a higher yield. One is going to have more scalability. One is going to, in my opinion, be a better option. And that's because it has certain things that the other one does not. SEO, I am selling a service, right? I am selling you my specialty, my skill set, my knowledge on how to get a website to rank in Google. And then with lead generation or with Rank and Rent, you know what I'm doing? I am selling the result. I am selling the actual thing that they care about. They don't care about the rankings, the backlink, the content, etc. They care about the phone calls, the leads, the more money in their pocket. And so I'm going to have a lower attrition. I'm going to have less people canceling. I'm going to have less headache because people can't really cancel because I own the property, right? I'm going to have more scalability because I have less work on each client and that therefore I can stack more clients and on and on and on, okay? So that's the second point is like two business models that you put the same amount of energy in. Yes, you will make money in both, but one's going to have a far better return because there's something called leverage, right? I could spend the exact same amount of time selling door to door as I did on a Rank and Rent business. And guess what? I can make money in both. I've made money in both those exact two examples, but guess which one I've made far more money in? The Rank and Rent. And guess which one I've had to put after, in the beginning, I put a ton of work and I put a lot of mental capacity, there's a lot of stress and a lot of unknowns. But as soon as I got to a certain level and I started stacking clients, it started recurring income, the amount of work that I had to put in to maintain and grow my income was way less. And if I would have stayed in door to door, it would have been the exact same or more because I would have had to physically trade my time for dollars. So there's something called leverage. That's the second point. Here's the third point I would say is just think about it like this. And this is for Tate, for anybody else. Is the program that the person is selling the way that that person made and makes money. Okay? Is the program that they are selling the way that that person made or makes money? Imagine if I was sitting here and I was selling you some kind of program on how to do drop shipping, right? Imagine. And you're like, dude, how much have you made in drop shipping? Well, none. But I'm a business guy and I know. And you know what? To some extent, it might still be valuable. Probably would still be valuable. But I would argue and say that all of you that are watching his content, that are probably buying his program because you want to have his lifestyle, ask yourself, be intelligent, be logical, and say, did he make his money from the business model that he's selling? From what are some of the different things that they teach in there? I think it's copywriting. I think it's e-com. I think it's crypto. Are those the things that he made his money in? And if the answer is yes, then okay. And if the answer is no, then I would take a deep, hard look at it. So my opinion is like, it's far better to jump into something like that, get started and kind of get your feet, your feet or your hands dirty, your feet wet, whatever they say. That's great. But if you're looking at something to go all in on, something that's scalable, something that's going to provide the highest return, and maybe you do like some of the things that they teach, and maybe it's e-com. You know what I would do is I would go find the person that has made millions of dollars, not from selling a program on how to do e-com, but has made millions of dollars doing e-com and teaches it. Okay, because that's what I see all the time in Rank and Rent, is the exact same thing. It's like, oh, I was talking to this guy and I know they've got a program. I'm like, whoa. How much money did homie make before they decided to start teaching this? 9 times out of 10, they never even hit 10 grand. And if they did, it was for like a month. Okay, this is for 99% of the people out there teaching this business model. They're not even in the game anymore, dude. How could you be in the game and how could you be teaching it and not be in the game, man? It's changing so rapidly. How could you freaking teach it without being in the game? So that's my opinion, guys, is if you want to buy or do Hustlers University, then stop watching my videos, stop watching everybody's videos, pick one of the ways they teach money, go and do it for 5 years. You will make money. Okay, but I would tell you that you need to look at and consider all the factors before you make that decision and go, okay, what are the things that I need and what are the things that I want? I want to make, let's say you want to make $50,000 a month. For me, it was 100. I want to make $100,000 a month. 2019, I sat down, that's what I wanted. But I want to make that $100,000 a month and I want to be able to travel. Whenever, wherever, however. Okay, boom. You know what that means? It's got to be online. I can't do a brick and mortar. I have to be in person. So online. Well, there's a lot of business models that are online. I went a step further. I'm like, you know what else? I want to make sure that I'm not wondering if I have clients that are going to cancel tomorrow. Well, I'm like, I need control. I need something that has control. And then I started thinking like, you know what? With Rank and Rent, if the business owner does call me to cancel, I can threaten to sell the leads to the other business owner. And even if they end up canceling, I still have an asset that I can just change the phone number to the next person, the next guy, the next gal. And boom, I'm on my merry way. And so so what I'm saying, guys, is figure out what you want, but have constraints. Hey, I want to make this much money, but I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to work this many hours. I want to be able to I want to be able to predict how much money I'm going to make, and it's not going to be this huge fluctuation, right? All of these different factors, and then find the business model that matches that. And what I love about Rank and Rent, guys, is that you can build a life, and then this business model will fit around it. You don't need to, do the business model and fit your life around it. You can build the life first and the business model fit around it. So no shade, no hate. You can make money. I'm certain. And I hate these people that jump on and they're like, I tried so-and-so's program. I tried Hustlers University for 5 days. Here's what happened. 5 days, bro. 5 days. Go do it for a year consecutively. Quit focusing on your YouTube channel. Just focus on that business model for 1 year and then come give us a YouTube video on it. Because I guarantee it's going to be a far different result and a far different outcome. You're going to have a far different opinion. This is my 2 cents. Whatever the case is, guys, there's too many ways to make money out there for you to be broke, for you to not have what you want. And literally we have one life. So go freaking make it happen, guys. I'm out.